Hey everybody, welcome back. This is tutorial number 9. I'm going to actually go over lists this time. Last time I actually talked about arrays and actually how to put data into the arrays, and that list worked basically the same way. So what we're going to do is I'll actually take this stuff actually out. Well, I'll leave the just take this out. I'll leave the while loop. This needs to be taken. This needs to be taken. And this needs to be taken out. So what we're going to actually do is we'll do list this time. And you just want to start off with list. And then you actually have to give it the type of the variable type of the list that you're using. So we're just going to use string. Okay. Now what we actually want to do is we want to give it the name. So we'll just do names like we did in the array. And then, just like the array, we want to actually say new list. And then in here, we want to put string again. And at the end of it, we want to put the brackets. And then we basically have our list started. So now, what we actually need to do with this is I need to actually take this out. Okay, so, and we're going to change this too. So we're going to actually add a string to this, and we're going to say answer. And as of right now, we're just going to have it as null. Well, we'll set it to yes. Okay, and in our while, we want to say while answer is equal to yes. And yeah, I know I messed up. I need quotes on both of these. I'm just not having a good day today. Okay, so now that we're going to have this, so while answer is yes, we'll continue to run through it. So we'll actually say, we'll copy this console.writeLine, and we'll put it down here, and we'll say, do you want to enter another person? Okay, and then we'll actually do answer equals console dot read line. So this will be our actual answer. Now, to make it a lot clearer, instead of just having this, what we actually want to do is we want to go a little bit more in depth with the validation, and we want to put the OR symbol in there, and we're going to actually take this and we're going to copy it, and we want to put it in there multiple times. So now we can actually change this, so if it's Y, if it's a capital Y, so any four of these answers will allow us to continue to go through this actual while loop. So in this while loop, we have enter the name of the next person. So now to add this into the list like we were doing with the arrays, what you actually want to do is you just take the name of the actual list that you give it, and which is ours is names, and then you just do dot add, and then you got the brackets there, and then inside here you do console dot read line, and this will actually input into the list of names itself, just like we did with the arrays. So if we actually go here, you see this will add. We can sit there, type whatever we want, and see now that we ended up putting all of this, it basically kicked us out because it wasn't one of these answers. So if we want to see what we actually have in there, we'll do the console.out dot write line, and just like the array, we'll actually do the same type of output, which is names, and then we can do, we'll say 2 again. So we'll actually run this, and we've got enter name of the first person, Frank, yes, Bob, yes, and Marcus, yes, Scott, and then no. And see, now you can see that it actually output Marcus, because this works the same way. Whenever you try to output number like 2, you're actually outputting the third name that is in that list. So it works the same way as the arrays. Now there's another way that you can actually add to a list itself. You just basically can go underneath it, and you can actually type in names dot add, just like we did down here with the console dot read line, but you can actually sit there and put stuff in what you want. So we'll say Dan, and then we can actually take this, add another one, do Bob, okay, and then we can actually run this. So now we've got 2 actual names that we added in there manually, and we'll just go Marcus, Scott, and no. And see, it still prints out Marcus, because technically you only put in 2 names, but it's still pulling the third element because you already added 2 names manually to the actual list itself. So that basically describes how a list works. You'll use lists for a lot of different things. In the next tutorial, I'll actually show you a good way to actually output lists very quickly. That way you don't have to go and actually constantly use the console dot out dot write line with the actual element itself. You can put out a whole actual list of names. So next time I'll be going over for loops and for each loops. So that's it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.